Yes, lovely Lorcana people, relax. Rotations here. A lot of people on social media being quite negative. Guys, this game, in my opinion, looks great. I think the game is going to be so much fun to play over the next few months. And what I think is particularly important is that I think when set 10 comes, it's going to feel really impactful. A lot of the sets we've had recently haven't really changed the game that much, and a big reason for that is just because there's just so many stapley good strong cards in set 1 and 2 in particular, but even in 3 and 4. Cards like Maui, Smee, Prince John, Diablo, all of these cards. Okay, like you might be like, well, what about Shark? Okay, obviously not every card, but the vast majority of like meta cards or meta staple cards have been from those earlier sets. If you think about my card review videos, I'm like, ooh, it's bad, it's not going to see play. But so many of the cards which made me evaluate those cards as bad have not been reprinted. So what we're going to do in today's video, or today's stream, which is sponsored by Card Market. Thanks, Card Market. Tiana bestseller. We're going to talk all about the market. We're going to build loads of decks. We're going to look at all the reprints from each color. We're also then going to take a look through the card pool from set 5 to 8, because there's a lot of cards which are really easy to underestimate, such as like this Tiana, not Belle, we know about Belle, but like this Tiana, this Rapunzel, like which of these cards are going to start popping off. We're going to start building some decks. This is going to be the only stream you're going to see from me this week. I am going to be at Gamescom this weekend with the channel sponsor Card Market, but I will be recording a ton of Fabled content. It's going to be Fabled meta that I'm playing at Gamescom against anyone that wants to. So if you're at Gamescom, come bring a Fabled deck. Obviously, we're not going to have the 34 new cards, but we're going to have the rest of the set to start playing around with and seeing how it feels. It's going to be really fun. So you've got all those videos to look forward to, but it won't be streams. It seems like it's going to be videos. I might try and do a hotspot live stream. We'll see how it goes. Some other things to plug before we crack on is my new Patreon. I revamped this. I've rebranded, as you might have noticed, to Curly Cards. I'm Joe Curly. I'm now Curly Cards. And I have set up a Patreon which has coaching as well, but I'm like very open to ideas on how to improve this. I think like the main value that I would recommend is going to be like around this tier and this tier. I might fiddle with the prices. I might fiddle with exactly what's in them. I'm open to ideas. But basically, $15 a month, you can get access to personalized deck building support and that sort of thing. Basically, just you can send me a message about Lorcana or Riftbound through Patreon DMs, and I'll get back to you a couple times a month, maybe even more. Like this amount is like me just being worried about how I don't want to like overcommit something. But yeah, it's a really good way to support me, and hopefully I can give you a ton of value from it as well. And I've also got a new Facebook page, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, if you guys want to follow me elsewhere. But yeah, I'm moving to a new apartment in a month. I'm moving country. I'm moving to Germany, to Berlin. I have been in this room streaming since 2020. Since I started doing this. And I'm so flipping excited to escape. I'm so excited, mate. But a lot of stuff's going on behind the scenes of me sorting it. Like at the moment, I'm sat there just sorting out all my card collection. Yeah, all sorts of stuff going on. But you can expect lots of Fable content. How's everyone doing? What's up? Hello, Stranger Jonah. Thanks, Card Market. Yeah, yo, Rachel with the 12 months. That's a whole year, mate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's an awesome room. It's not. It's so small. I had like a friend of mine visit last week, and it was like, oh my God, how is your room so small? It's like, yep, good question. It's so tiny, mate. I have a little midget single bed. I don't think midget's a politically correct phrase. Apologies. I have a very small bed next to me, but we've made it work. The room I'm moving to is not exactly huge. It's like a 1-room apartment, but mate, it's gonna be mine. I am excited. So, I think I'm live on YouTube. I need to double check, but let's build some decks. Basically, really the plan for today is like build some decks, film some videos while I'm streaming. Don't have that long. I have like 2 hours because tomorrow I'm going to Gamescom on Tuesday. Tomorrow is deck sorting out day. There's a chance I could do another stream tomorrow where we build more decks because I might not have enough time today to do everything I want. But tomorrow's like a card sort out day. I have just now been printing. This morning I printed off Riftbound proxies, and I've been cutting Riftbound stuff up and getting that sorted. Super long stream. That was the plan. Time is just green screen. I do actually have a green screen that I'll probably be shipping over there. That's actually something I hadn't thought about in terms of my shipping. I do have a green screen. I'm not really a big green screen fan. I had a green screen behind me the whole time, but then I realised I just prefer having a good quality of life because I would trip over it and horrible. Mainly because I have no space. Anyway, let's look at all the reprints as a recap. Let's recap and look at all of the reprints. Thanks again to Card Market for sponsoring the video. If you guys want to support me on Patreon, you can get awesome... Let me press the record button. We are going to look at all of the reprints from Fabled, going by each ink color. Big shout out to this Reddit user that's done it. Thanks to channel sponsor Card Market. Support me on Patreon if you guys want exclusive, personalized Disney Arcana decks. All right, let's start with Steel. We've got Captain Hook. That was the last set, but it's still reprinted. Tiana's whatever. Jafar's very good, and also Sapphire has Cruella. We're expecting the power level overall of this set to be a decrease significantly compared with set 8 meta. But two of the things that are being touted out of the gates before any testing as being strong are evasive cards and aggro decks. And Jafar and Cruella, which is the same card in Sapphire, are pretty good against both of those, particularly against evasives, right? Like, I think Jafar and Cruella are both very, very strong cards. There's also like the Helga Sinclair in Steel, which is a 0/4 that's evasive in your turn and gains like extra stats whenever you ink or something like this. That's also a good evasive answer, but I prefer the inkables. This Mickey Mouse card is quite easy to underestimate, actually. I think this Mickey Mouse card... Start again, actually. What we could do, chat... How does it work when you move countries over there? Is it easy to move? Not really. I'm doing 2 trips. So I'm like flying to Germany, moving some stuff, flying back home, moving some more stuff. And I'm going to ship like my desk, my chair, my green screen, I guess. Unless I want to sell my green screen, which... I don't really want to, but it probably is expensive to ship it. I'm not really sure I'm going to use it that much either. Might have to sell it. It was a good purchase. I got a lot of got a lot of life out of it for a long time. I did use it for ages. What I'm wanting to do here is I want to pull up the actual Dreamborn links, because then I can like zoom in on each card, right? What is the best way of doing this? I reckon it might be scanning the QR code. Guys, can someone put it in the chat? Rachel, would you mind? If you could actually sort that out, that would be legendary if anyone wouldn't mind. I could... Nah, the link's not there. The Dreamborns... There are decks on Dreamborn that have all the reprints? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Dreamborn decks. Popular. Confirmed reprints. Damn. Think it would be good to do it by color, right? I mean, that is nice, isn't it? Let's be honest. That is flipping nice, mate. Yeah, so I think maybe... I wanted to build decks today, but maybe what we'll have to do is just look at all the cards and talk stuff. Am I sorted? I don't think so. Trending. Yeah, I'm sorted, thank you. These are what I was looking for. Thanks, gamers. Probably have to close my windows, it's going to get warm. Probably end up doing another stream tomorrow, I suppose. I'm just running out of time. Time is short. But such is life, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Alright, I'm going to close the window. This is so hot already. I can feel the heat. So yeah, I'm kind of using today's stream as an old-fashioned. This is how I used to do content back in the day, which I kind of slacked on recently, is I'm just treating this stream as a recording session. We get to hang out and talk about stuff. And I make some videos while I go. I do want to build decks as well. But it will mainly be decks without the new cards, I guess. But yeah, I am very short on time. I'm so busy. So let's just crack on. We do need to plug Card Market. And then we'll do a video looking at all of the new cards. And maybe we'll put them in a tier list. Do a tier list of the new cards. That sounds fun. Appreciate you guys. Welcome everybody to the Fabled reprint video. This is every single card being reprinted in Fabled. We're going to go faction by faction. Thank you to the channel sponsor Card Market for sponsoring today's video. So let's start off with Amber. Pluto. Pluto is honestly a very cool card. It is of course uninkable. Before we crack on with this, if you haven't been up to date with all of the Fabled, let me start one more time. Patreon. I need to plug the Patreon, mate. I spent so flipping long making these tiers. Guys, do you know what I spent so long doing today? Business card. I made a flipping business card today. And I printed off Rift around proxies. And suddenly my day was gone. I printed off like 9 Riftbound proxy decks and I only managed to receive up 4 of them. And it still took my whole day. It was fun though. So I'm basically going to focus on some Riftbound starter stuff. Sorry about the stop-start. We are going. You ready? Welcome everybody to the Fabled reprints video. Give the video a like because this is your comprehensive guide to every card that is being reprinted in Fabled. It is important to note that we're predicting the power level of the game overall to significantly reduce. Cards like Mr. Smee and Fox, cards like Prince John and Diablo, which have been staple cards either for just having like really good stats like Smee and Fox do, or unfair mechanics like Diablo and Prince John arguably had. So we're expecting the power level of the game to go down quite significantly overall in core constructed, which means that even though a card like, for example, Pluto, you're like, okay, that's a waste of a reprint, there's actually a very good chance that Pluto will see some competitive play heading into the next set because the power level of the game is a lot lower. And my gut feeling is that set 9, Fabled for Lorcana, is going to really be prioritizing synergy over raw stats, which I think is going to be very, very fascinating to see. So if you can find the right deck for the right card, I think suddenly that a lot more cards in Disney Lorcana are going to be competitively viable. Thank you to the channel sponsor Card Market. If you're looking at picking up singles, do it on Card Market, particularly if you're looking at picking up some of these reprints, all those cards from set 5 to 8, because we're also going to do another video on cards like Namari, cards like Tiana and Ana, which didn't look that good in set 8, but suddenly with set 9 they might pop off. If you guys want to support the channel one step further, you can do so on Patreon, which I've revamped and refreshed, and you can get personalized deck building support from me. We're going to start off with Amber. We're going to work our way through. Let's start with Pluto. I quite like Pluto. I've always quite liked Pluto. There's a cool little combo with Pluto that you can do with old Pleakley, who I believe is like a set 5 card or something like this. Yeah, set 6. So Amber Sapphire is looking like a pretty interesting aggro color combo at the moment, heading into this set. And one cool combo, shout out to Jan Moy from the Podcana podcast for this combo, is that you can play Pluto on turn 1. You can then on turn 2 exert Pluto, and you can play Pleakley. And Pleakley comes down as a 3/4 and puts Pluto into your Inkwell. So it's like an unorthodox way of ramping. That's just like one example of a bit of synergy in, I think, in Fabled meta, which before, it was cute, it was cool, it was good, but it was difficult to justify. But perhaps now it might actually be viable. The other thing that's worth noting about Pluto is one of the new Amber cards. There is a new 1-drop Aurora, let's see if we can find her, who allows you to play a Princess No, we can't find her. Basically, it's a 1-drop Aurora, which allows you to play a princess or queen 3 cost on turn 2. So you can play this Tiana on turn 2. And because you can then build up on that strategy a little bit more, Pluto maybe gives you a bit more consistency, for example, to hit that turn 2 Tiana. That she is the most popular card on card market. Like, she is over doubled in price, this Tiana. And Pluto has some decent synergy with it. Pluto probably not the most outstanding, but definitely not bad. Also worth mentioning that this Pluto is being reprinted. This Shift 5 Bodyguard at the start of your turn, remove up to 3 damage from this character. Pluto's uninkable. It's probably going to be a bit fringe, but I, for one, am happy to see Pluto back. I think Pluto's a pretty cool card. The Queen is also back as a 2/2. I don't know if we have the 5-drop Queen. We don't. So you have to imagine that this card's not going to be great until the day that the 5-cost Queen returns, which I would feel like is probably likely to happen at some point in the near future. But for the current set, it's not. Therefore, don't expect this one to be too good. But there is like the new Hans card, or it's actually a reprinted Hans card, which has synergy with Queens. And again, it's like an Amber Sapphire. Sapphire Shift Queens. Yeah, there might be some new Shift targets. That's actually true. So yeah, I think there might be some new Queen Shift targets. So this one, worth keeping an eye on. I don't think it's going to be as impressive. Like Shift 2 into a whole new world. Incredibly good line, particularly if you stack your deck for it. I think this card's worse than it was before, would be my gut feeling. But we know it's not a bad card. Dalmatian Puppy, this got reprinted last set. Rapunzel is also reprinted. This is a card I'm not a big fan of whatsoever. 1/4 stat line is fine. You can exert it and remove 2 damage. This card, if it said when you quest remove 2 damage, I might be a little bit interested, but wasting a whole lore, having no real strength. In order for this card to be good, you're going to have some serious healing synergy. So like one thing that comes to mind maybe is, again, Amber Sapphire seems to be being pushed a little bit more with the reprints here, is this Grandpappy card, which has been reprinted. This is a card I've always been a huge fan of and wanted to believe in, but it's a perfect example of a card which in set 2, it just wasn't good enough. There was just better things to do. Medusa existed. Medusa doesn't exist anymore. Grandpappy is interesting. Rapunzel also doesn't exist anymore. So you don't want to just heal your cards to draw, but you could now heal your cards to gain lore. So yeah, I think Rapunzel is like aimed at that deck. I don't think it's good enough though. Even if I'm playing Grandpappy, I don't think I would include this. And this card would only really interest me if there's like some mega Floodborn Rapunzel that's like a Shift 3. Rachel in the chat says, so sad about Gifted with healing. I am so glad Rapunzel's gone. I'm so glad A Whole New World's gone. I'm so glad Maui and Fox and Smee and Prince John and Diablo are gone. I think the game is going to be so fresh and so much fun because there's so much more variety in deck building. But Rapunzel is still bad. Sorry, Rapunzel. Stitch is back. This has also got an epic card, which has been confirmed. I actually quite like this card. I am definitely going to be building a Rockstar Stitch deck. In fact, I'm going to be at Gamescom this week testing some Set 9 content, which I'm going to be filming. And you can be sure that a Rockstar Stitch deck will be among them. This is a good Stitch shift target. It's also a good card for Stitch. So in a Rockstar Stitch deck, it's a good card. And I'm happy it's back. Worth noting, the 1-cost Stitch, by the way, not reprinted. So it's actually important that we've got at least one of these Amber Stitch cards as a shift. And yet also no Cindy, worth noting, which is big. Ursa Vesa is back. This card was announced initially or revealed by me. So it's one that's got a special place in my heart. And then Along Came Zeus is confirmed not to be being reprinted in this set, so she's certainly a lot worse than she was previously. There's, of course, also no Rapunzel, where there was big synergy. You're probably going to prefer the Troubadour, therefore, in Amber Steel. So in order for Ursa Vanessa to have a home, you're more likely going to be looking at something like Amber Ruby, which we know that there's some potential there with singing. Also, like Amber Amethyst Maybe Amethyst doesn't have as much good card draw as it did previous. You obviously don't have Rapunzel anymore. So if you want to go for like some of those big sing together cards that draw you cards, Ursa Vanessa could actually be a nice way of doing that. Particularly now Cinderella doesn't exist as well, right? Like also in Amber Emerald, we know that Under the Sea is still knocking about. Circle of Life, which is the new Sing Together card as well in Amber, which is pretty good. So I think Ursula Vanessa is worse than she was before, but she's still a very good card and is probably just going to be waiting for her moment to shine. And this is what I like. It's like, okay, you just have to work a little bit harder to make her worth it, which I think is what you really want in this game. On to the 3 costs that are being reprinted for Amber. We've got Julieta Madrigal. You can heal 2 and draw a card. Decent, not bad, not spectacular. When Rapunzel existed, the problem with this card was it like kind of removed your Rapunzel value in a lot of ways, right? Because this card would heal stuff that you could otherwise draw with Rapunzel. It's okay. It's not spectacular, but card draw is a lot more valuable now. It still gives you a 1/4 card on the board, which doesn't exactly do that much when it's on the board. I think maybe if you could find a way of increasing like the value of this card once it's on the board through some synergy, it could be good. And the fact I'm talking about this shows you why I think that this upcoming meta for Lorcana is going to be banging. I think it's going to be so good. I'm really excited because I think you're just going to have to like work harder. If you can make this card do a little bit more somehow on the board, because it only quests for 1, it's only got 1 strength, it could actually be a pretty good card. Mickey Mouse. I think Mickey Mouse is good. I always liked Mickey Mouse. 3/3 quest for 2 I think is a great vanilla stat line. It's one of the best vanilla stat line cards in the game. Of course, it's not seen any play for ages. I used to play it in the first chapter, but there's also like a new Mickey card, which is a good shift. This is a good shift target for it. And also Minnie is a new Amber card, I want to say. Super rare, iconic, that gives Mickey support when it quests, or just gives Mickey support in general, which turns this card into a banger. This card's very good, which is really cool. I'm really excited about that one. I've got my like Mickey Mouse signed by a Mickey Mouse at Disneyland Paris. That's pretty cool. Mulan's also here, 2/3 quest for 2 with support. Not a big fan. She is a princess. She's a hero. Support is a good keyword. I, though, would rather invest in the Mickey Mouse, get that 1 extra strength, which I think is quite significant, and have the option of giving it support. Of course, if you're playing Amber Ruby, this is an extra option for Mulan Shift. The Ruby Mulan is being reprinted, and this is like a very serious card. So Mulan's definitely not bad. I just prefer Mickey. I really do. Pongo! Pongo's also got an enchanted. Sip of coffee. Decaf. This is another perfect example of why I'm excited for this set. I used to say that this card was a bit Pongo. Everybody used to play this in the Mufasa decks, and I was like, guys, I'm not going to lie. Stop doing that. It's bad. I did not rate it at all. You just didn't need it. You got Rapunzel, mate. However, this is now a genuine card draw tool. It's expensive. It's a little bit clunky. You could brick off of it if you don't play 60 characters. Mufasa did not get reprinted yet. Surely it's getting reprinted at some point. But this is a interesting, unorthodox way of drawing cards. If you're playing a very character-heavy deck, Pongo is a pretty good option. I like it quite a lot. You can play it on turn 5, immediately draw, replace itself. Still not spectacular, not bad at all. And it can also draw you cards while just sitting ready, right? It's quite difficult to deal with. We know that Strength is back. We know Fire the Cannons is back. Let the Storm Rage on, though, is gone, which is huge news for old Pongo, right? It's huge news. Queen of Hearts, whenever this character quests, your other villain characters get +1 lore. Honestly, might not be bad. Your other villain characters get +1 lore. That could be pretty good. That could be pretty good. If you play a villain on turn 1 and on turn 2 you play 2 villains, and then you play this on 3, and you quest on 4 with all of them, this quests for 1 on its own, but then it would give your other 3 villains +3, so it could quest for 4 in that context. It's obviously like something you're going to have to work hard for, but seriously, it doesn't seem that bad anymore. Like last set, terrible. This set, I'm like, okay, I can see a world that could be worth it, and I could build my deck around it. How many villains are there? There's a lot of villains. There are a lot of villains. This is a villain, right? There's like a queen theme deck as well, right? There's a lot of villains. Ariel's back. This has also got... wait, I don't know. This card's back. Singer 7. Quest for 2. 3/3. 4-cost Inkable. It can contribute a lot towards big songs, which is more significant now than it was previously because Rapunzel doesn't exist. A lot of the card draw cards, like a Sing Together cards now, like there's Fantastical and Magical, but moreover there's like Second Star to the Right is a really good card draw option. There is Look at This Family is a good card draw option. There's obviously the Circle of Life, which is 8, I believe, so she's just short of that. 3/3 Quest for 2, Princess. Not a bad card. Not a bad card. Cinderella, Singer 5. You remember how like most of the time when like I probably reviewed these cards when they were first revealed, back when they were released, I was like, yeah, bad card. And now I'm like, not a bad card. That just shows you where I think the power level of the game is going, and actually I think the direction of it is fantastic. Singer 5, Quest for 2. You can exert and remove up to 3 damage from chosen princess character. I quite like this card, guys. I quite like this card. I always did quite like it. It's not great. It's all right, innit? Singer 5 on a 4-cost is a little bit lackluster. It's probably not great. It's probably not quite good enough. Not terrible, though. It's definitely not terrible. Daisy Duck, outstandingly good card. You Have Forgotten Me has been forgotten. Not by me, but it has been forgotten in the sense of the rotation. Daisy Duck was a card which I always sung the praises of and said it was one of the most underrated cards around. And it's basically the Amber version of Chip, the 3/2, with the same ability. Daisy Duck and Chip, you could play both in the same deck now, right? Because before you would want 4 copies if You Have Forgotten Me, so it was very hard to fit that many Daisy Ducks in. But now, Daisy Duck, great card. I think this card's outstanding. I love it. I love Chip as well. Do I prefer Chip or Daisy Duck? Probably I prefer Chip, in fairness. But still, Daisy Duck's very good. Tinkerbell, another card I was always a bit of a hater on, but suddenly a card I think could be decent. When you play this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, you reveal a character and put it in hand, put the rest on the bottom. It's uninkable. It's got no stats. This is another card which, similar to Julieta Madrigal, I think you kind of need to find a way with this, when this is on the board, of it contributing a little bit more than just one law, than just one strength. Maybe the Sing Together cards is a good way of doing it, right? Maybe that's how you just need to find a little bit of extra reason to play this. Maybe if you're playing Amber and Ruby, this could sing not You Have Forgotten Me, Be King Undisputed. That's not insignificant. It's a fairy, guys. Oh my days. It's a shift target, right? It's got some good stuff about it. It's a pretty decent card. Moana. I like Moana, guys. I basically like all these reprints. I can't believe it. 1/6, Quest for 3. I bet you didn't expect this, did you? Whenever this character quests, you may ready your other princess characters they can't quest for us. I always love this card. This card's got a special place in my heart. It can be little Sisu'd. Brawl doesn't exist. It's a lot harder to deal with these days. I think it might be good. Maui doesn't exist either. I think this is a very good card. It quests for 3. It ready stuff. I like it. I think it's a good card. Nani. 3/6, Quest for 2, Bodyguard. It's not terrible. I used to love in set 1 the 5-cost Bodyguards in Amber with Just in Time. Just in Time not reprinted though, I don't believe. Yeah. It's okay. Pluto, when you play this, remove up to 3 damage. Not a big fan of Pluto. 4/5, Quest for 2. Not in love with old Pluto, I've got to say. He's not terrible though. Rockstar Stitch, worth keeping an eye on. It is worth keeping an eye on. Did we get any Emerald Stitches reprinted? No Morph reprinted. I thought Morph was a shoo-in. I really thought Morph would come back. So Stitch is actually a little bit harder to shift in now. Quite a bit harder to shift in now. Which is interesting, because it does make him significantly less exciting than I was maybe anticipating. I don't know that there's that many Stitch cards to shift. Let's have a look. Stitch. Cost 1. That's not reprinted. Cost 2. Oh, Little Trickster. So if you play Amber Emerald, which is probably the most likely Stitch deck anyway, this card is pretty good shift option too. So it looks like the Amber and Emerald is going to be the Rockstar Stitch deck because you get this Stitch and this Stitch. Little Rocket, I don't believe is back. I know Queen of Hearts is back, but I don't believe the Little Rocket is back. So that's interesting. Amber and Emerald Rockstar Stitch. Maybe you could build like it with Trenodogs and stuff. I think it's got potential. But now that I'm recognizing that there's not as many Stitch shift targets, like the most likely place that you're going to be able to play... Before you could play Rockstar Stitch in like any color that you wanted, really. Because you had the 1 cost Amber Stitch, you had also the 2 cost. Now that you've only got the 2 cost in Amber as the only Amber one, like you probably don't want to build like an Amber Steel Rockstar Stitch deck anymore, which like I thought could have been an option before. It's probably not great, but it's a fun one to build. I don't hate it. I gotta say, I don't hate it. Again, it's like the game's slowing down. This is a big card draw tool, and card draw tools should not be underestimated. The thing is like if you're looking at Amber and Emerald specifically, you've actually got some already, right? With the Tramp, for example, the Lady, sort of. But I think you might be able to play Stitch. You might be able to play Stitch. I think it might be decent. I think it might have a chance. There's this Pluto, which is like, it's okay. It's kind of cool. It's better than it used to be because Medusa doesn't exist. It's better than it used to be, no doubt. And this Stitch, which I think is a good card. It's expensive, but if you can ramp into it with something like Lantern, Plutos, Hueys, if you can ramp into it with Sapphire as well, of course, it's a big way of drawing cards with big stats. It's a good card. Much better this set than it was in set 8, no doubt. Bruno's Return is back as an action. You can heal something and return something to hand. It's pretty good. It is uninkable, but if you want some action synergy, if there's like a big powerhouse card in your deck which you want to rinse and replay multiple times, yeah, Bruno's Return will do the trick. I think it's okay. Be Our Guest is back. We know it's a good song, but also song cards overall like has less synergy maybe. Like there's no muses, there's no aerial. So Be Our Guest I don't really expect to be one that like is seeing play immediately, but I'd be surprised if it doesn't see play at some point over the next couple of years. Heal Has Been Hurt. I quite like this card in like a Grand Pabby deck. Like this is an example of what you could do with a Julieta Madrigal, like being able to sing this. Heal 3, draw a card. Like the healing 3 is only really worth it if you're gaining some lore as a result. So like Grand Pabby is the card I would look at with this one. World's Greatest Criminal Mind is great. Can deal with a Half Shark. There's big synergy there with some support cards. There's like this new Minnie Mouse which does something sort of similar though, which I probably prefer that as an option. Lost in the Woods might be your best bet instead of Kida now. And honestly, it's quite good. Kida Under the Sea combo was obviously outstandingly good. This is a lot worse, but it's still pretty okay. It can do you a job, right? Kida doesn't exist. This is the next best thing. There's like, what about this Stitch thing we were just looking at? The record player? Nah, set 4. I always thought that card had a chance. Look at This Family's back. I think it's very good. I think it's a very, very good card now that Rapunzel doesn't exist. One problem that you have with Look at This Family is that you can't play a high density of songs with this card, because I've played Look at This Family with a high density of songs before, and I saw like 4 songs out of the top 5, or I saw 3 songs and I just had to pick the 2 characters. Just something to be worth noting. Not really a big issue. It's a good card. I think you'll see a lot of play, actually. Lantern is outstanding. This is the reprint I wanted the most. I got asked in an interview, what is a non-meta card that you want? What is the non-meta card you would most like to see reprinted? And this was my answer. Outstandingly good card. I will probably be rinsing this in like my first tournament of the set. And then 1 week later, I will swap to Benja and Fred and Archimedes, the 3 cost removal. But yeah, until people are playing the item removal, Lantern's great. I have a feeling that item removal will become quite popular. and then Lantern becomes significantly worse. But in a format where people aren't playing item removal, Lantern is unbelievably good. It's basically Tipo, it's basically Sail, but in Amber. There's also the QE card as well, which allows you to do some similar stuff. There's like this Pascal you can play on 3. Oh, yes, please. So the Shell Necklace, whenever you play a song, you may pay 1 ink to draw a card. It's very expensive, it's very slow, but if you can get this card out for free, maybe, but then like you would have to have an item deck and a song deck, and also probably you want at least one character to quest. Might be hard to pull off playing this card on the cheap, but it's an unorthodox way of drawing cards. It's probably too slow, but I wouldn't rule it out. I probably would rule Atlantica out, though. It costs 2 to move there. Characters count as having +2 to sing a song. The main advantage of this card in terms of synergy in the past was Ursula, Deceiver of All, the legendary 3 cost that could double sing songs. You could move it here and it could sing Bruno, but it's like, it costs 2 to move there, mate. That's a lot. Maybe there's like some synergy in like Amber and Emerald location stuff, but I doubt it. So overall, Amber, let's summarize. What did it get? It just got a lot of decent cards. Got like a little bit of card draw. Like now Rapunzel doesn't exist. Every little card draw helps. Got 1 discard card. It got a couple of Stitch options as card draw. Like really Stitch is the new card draw. Big powerhouse card draw options for Amber, which I think is really cool. It's got some singer cards, it got some support cards, it got some pretty good songs, particularly I think Look at This Family and Lantern is a good item. So I think that Amber got pretty good reprints. I really like the direction of it. Even Pongo's an interesting card draw option, right? There's a couple of stinkers in there, but honestly not too many. Like I don't think any of the cards that got reprinted in Amber are totally unplayable, which that's pretty cool. This is probably my least favorite one though, but all it takes is a Floodborn Rapunzel and I might be suddenly silent, right? On to Steel. Captain Hook, this is a reprint from the last set, but it is still back. It's not back with Fabled, but it is in the game. Tiana's a 1/3. I'm not really too into my 1/3 cards, if I'm honest. I'm not a big believer. Jafar, great card. There's also Cruella in Sapphire. Same stats, same... Oh, that's not Cruella. Cruella. Personally, I prefer Cruella just because of the art. I mean, look at her. She's a fashionable cruiser, and he's a royal vizier, mate. I'd rather have that. Also, let's compare the flavor text. Isn't it just gorgeous, darling? And just as stylish as I am? Soon you'll learn who holds the real... Yeah, Jafar, shut up, mate. Shut up, mate. You need some new flavor text if you're being reprinted, because we already learned, Jafar. You're old. So big up, Cruella. Anyway, I digress. Great cards. Both of them very, very good. 2 of the big problems that people are identifying heading into Fabled is they're worried about evasives and they're worried about aggro. And Jafar deals with both of those with aplomb. Mickey Mouse. This card should not be underestimated. That would be a recipe for disaster. Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse. Captain Hook plus Mickey Mouse deals with Daisy. Pretty significant. Even like a 2/2, like a, I don't know, like the Queen plus Mickey Mouse deals with Daisy. That's very significant. I think it's easy to underestimate that. A lot of people, again, are worried about Daisy Duck. Previously, you would have Fox, Brawl. Well, you still have Little Sisu, but you'd have Fox, you'd have Brawl. You could kind of let Daisy tick along for that extra turn. Maybe you can't anymore. And Mickey Mouse +2 Challenger on turn 2 is not insignificant. Particularly good if you've got like some Mickey shift targets. Some Floodborn Mickeys. Let's take a look. Mickey. There's a lot of Mickeys, right? There's... This guy is a Floodborn. Very good shift target, actually. Chosen Pirate character. When this character goes Chosen Pirate character, it gets +2 and gains. It takes no damage from challenges. So in like a Ruby Steel deck, the Mickey's got a very nice shift option here that, again, can help you stem the flow of dealing with aggro. Like, that is a pretty good card. I've played it before. This Mickey, I don't think has been reprinted, which is a bit of a bummer. I was kind of expecting it would be, but it hasn't been. This one hasn't been either. But there is also like the new Ruby Mickey. So I think in Ruby Steel, There's 2 shift options for this, like the iconic Mickey. You can shift onto this guy as well, so it's not bad. It's not outstanding, but I think it will see competitive play. I think it might be just like a meta call until we get a few better options of like that extra burst of damage. There is obviously things like Improvise and Hypnotic Strength, which give +1 or +2. But yeah, Mickey's not a bad option on turn 2. Prince Eric, Challenger 3. Not too in love with old Prince Eric, but he's okay. He's like a Captain Hook that costs 1 more, that has 1 extra willpower. I'd rather just play Captain Hook, personally. Robin Hood's back. Robin Hood's pretty good. There is obviously the shift Robin Hood. No, not the 1 cost Robin Hood anymore. But this guy's back. And that's a very good card. I was always a Robin Hood hater. I was always like, I think this card's very overrated. Yeah, this card now with the power level decreasing, outstanding. So Robin Hood's pretty cool. Like, you can do some nice things with this Robin of just pinging. Like, 1 damage ping shouldn't be underestimated. It's pretty solid. There's some cool synergies you can pull off for sure. And it's a good shift target. It is uninkable though, so you do need to be careful of that. Not sure there's that many other like shift Robin Hoods in the game, to be honest, right? Like, this doesn't exist anymore. This guy's terrible, but it is inkable. Robin's Bow, I don't know if it's been reprinted. I don't think it has. There's a 3 cost Robin, but it's shift 3, right? You'd really want to shift onto a 2 or a 1. So that's definitely interesting. It's like, even though Robin Hood's back and it's better than it was before, it's also worse because there isn't a 1 cost shift. But there's 2 cost shifts, 1 in Emerald, 1 in Steel. This one's in Steel. That's interesting. Pretty interesting. There's a blue one as well, but yeah, like I say, you don't really want to shift onto a 3 cost if you can at all help it. Robin Hood's pretty good. I think the fact that there's not that many shift targets actually make it significantly better than it first looks like it. Ariel, whenever you play a song, you may draw a card, choose and discard a card. It's not bad. Don't think it will see any play though, but it is a shift target for the Sonic Warrior. I did like play this card actually a tiny bit in Jafar when it was first printed, because you could like discard the whole new world. But yeah, probably not. Benja, unbelievably good card. Benja, mate. I have only played at 1 Diesel Arcana Challenge. I played 4 Yen Sids. I played Brooms. Just saying. Didn't they win the World Championships or something like that? I'm just saying. Who was the first man to play Yen Sid on the Disney Arcana broadcast? I think it was probably me. I digress. Fred. There's also this guy from set 8. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. It's Benja, but he's called Fred and he's green. And there's also Archimedes. This guy, also in green. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. During your turn, whenever an item is banished, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. So green also has Benjas now. So yeah, I think that there's a lot of very decent looking items. Lantern in particular catches my eye. I am a huge Benja fan. I flipping love this card. It's outstandingly good in the right meta. Hercules is okay, 3/3 bodyguard. Not the biggest fan personally, but it's okay. John Silver, really, really happy to see this card reprinted. I think this one's got huge potential. And it's a perfect example of a card which, in the days gone by of the game, you could build an Amethyst Steel location deck with John Silver, and then, which I did, and I built it. I played a few games, and I was like, what if I just cut John Silver and I cut the locations, and it was better. But now, with the power level of the game going down, cards like Mr. Smee, for the love of God, are not in the game anymore, thank goodness. Like, compare John Silver with Mr. Smee. Mr. Smee just laughs at John Silver. But like, John Silver is really good. Really, really good. Really, really cool card. Really, really happy to see it back. I think this is one to keep a massive eye on. There's alien synergy, there's pirate synergy, there's, I don't know if there's that much captain synergy. I don't think there's much villain synergy. But I'm pretty interested in building a deck around this guy. I think it's a very good card. Lawrence is also back. Lawrence is great. 4/4 quest for 2. However, Rapunzel is no more. So this is like one way that you could get some extra value out of like some of these amber healing cards, like, I don't know, Pluto, maybe? Pluto and Lawrence? Probably not, but like, maybe. Lawrence is good, but probably not as good as he used to be because of Rapunzel not being rotated. Prince Naveen's Fox without any ability. It's actually fine, but it's a no from me. Tinkerbell, the Tiny Tactician, a legend of this here YouTube channel. Draw a card, then choose and discard a card. It's a great shift option for the Giant Fairy, who is, of course, back in the mix. I expect Tiny Tink to be very, very good. Do you know what else is interesting? There's a flipping 2-cost Tinkerbell, guys. Oh, my days. There's a flipping 2-cost Tinkerbell, guys. Bruh. Bruh. Ruby Steel with this, just as a shift. When you play a character with 5 strength or more, you may exert them to gain 2 lore. I don't know about that, Billy. I'm not going to lie. Like, ignore that. It's a 2-cost Tink. There's also this Tink. Oh, the Fast Fire Tink. Banger card. This Tink, also good. This is like your default. If you play Steel, you always have access to this one, right? But if you play Ruby or Purple, or Amethyst, I should say, you have 2 other very good shift targets for that. Bam! Turn 4 shift. Which, like, people are whinging. Like, oh my god, it's going to be an aggro meta. I'm going to quit the game. Shut up. Play Tinkerbell. Captain Hook, Captain of the Jolly Roger. When you play this character, you may return an action card named Fire the Cannons from your discard to your hand. But, guys, Fire the Cannons isn't being reprinted. Unlucky. I'm kidding. It is. Imagine. It's actually okay. I always quite like the look of this card in set 1. I always quite like the look of it. I never saw any play back then. It's not a card you would want to play many copies of, but you could consider playing like 1 copy of it in the right deck. I think this one might have a chance. Sneaking in. Probably not, but maybe. Mickey Mouse. Used to be a legendary. Now it's a super rare. That's pretty cool. You can pay 2 and exert and play a character for free. I much prefer the other Mickey. The other Mickey legendary that can cheat out a big guy. This guy. This guy is like, right? This guy blows his trumpet, closes his eyes, and imagines that he was the inspirational warrior. But he's a flipping trumpeter, mate. He's a trumpeter while the inspirational warrior goes into battle. Right? This card is great. This card's not so great, but it's fun. It is fun. I mean, no. Tinkerbell dealing 1 damage is not the important part about the aggro part of it, right? It's specifically why I highlighted the shift targets. It's because it deals 1 to everything, that's nice, but then it can take 2 things out at once, right? You challenge something with 4 willpower, and you've already dealt 1, so you could take something out with 5 willpower, and then you can deal 2 damage elsewhere, which means a total of 3. Tinkerbell's just great at 2-for-1ing and freezing boards. Yeah, I really like that Mickey. It's a cool card. Philatites. I think this card's great. This is another example of a card which was almost good enough, but in the game's previous state with overpowered cards like Smee. Smee is the card I always think of because how the heck did Smee get printed? 2 questing 3/3 inkable. Oh my goodness. And its downside was kind of an upside in some decks. Oh my goodness. So I really like this card. I think it's great. I think this card's really, really good. Your other hero characters get Challenger 1 is not insignificant, and whenever you play a hero character, gain 1 lore, and it quests for 2 itself. This is a good closer. Goat doesn't exist anymore, but Philatites does. Eat all overstuffed donkey, mate. The less I say about that one, the better. Li Shang. Immovable as a mountain and fierce as a dragon, the Emperor's finest warrior. I don't think that this card should be reprinted, personally. I'm not a huge fan of it, but whatever. It's actually not even bad. 5/5. It's like, it's actually very fine. But this just feels like this really should have been a new card. You know what I mean? Like this, I feel like this should have been a new card. I don't think we should be reprinting cards like this, mate. I think that's a little bit cheeky, personally. That's like the whole reprint set. It's a lot. I've come round to it, but that's 1 step too far for me. That's one step too far for me. It's not even that bad of a vanilla card. To be fair, though, it's a bit hypocritical of me, right? Because I'm saying that, ooh, Mickey's cool. Maybe someone has the same opinion of Li Shang. Li Shang's really not bad, but... I feel like Mickey is allowed because it's Mickey. It's iconic, right? And it's got synergy. Li Shang... That's one step too far. Yeah, Robin, we touched on already. The shift targets have become worse, but it's also less important to shift him now that a whole new world doesn't exist. Very, very good card. It's better than it's ever been before. I don't know about Ariel. The 3 costs obviously didn't get reprinted. I'm not sure how many songs you're really going to want to play in a deck. I think it got worse. Ruby Steel song? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you could be right. I could see it. Yeah, you could be right. That's actually a good point, right? Because there's singers in Ruby now. So you could do like a Ruby song deck, which maybe this could find a home in. I doubt it's going to be that good in like an Amber Steel deck. I think Amber Steel is looking quite aggro dominated for the next set. But we'll have to see. Hercules. Bodyguard, resist 1. This is a very good card, mate. This card's outstandingly good now. I think this card could pop off. I like it a lot. No B prep changes cards like this completely, right? Like, in a game with B prep, this card was just very like, You play it, it gets cleared the next turn. It's not good, is it? But B prep doesn't flip and exist anymore. And suddenly, a card like this, significantly better as a result. Probably that's why I think it's better now, right? I think that's the reason it's better now. Makes sense. Tinkerbell's great. Fire the Cannons is great. Smash is pretty fine. Don't love Smash. I'm glad it's reprinted though. One Last Hope I really don't particularly care for that much, but you can do a cool wombo combo with Maui Half Shark. Look, there's sharks, mate. It's meant to be. Strength. I mean, what do I need to say, mate? What do I need to say? I don't need to say much, do I? The Mob Song. Not one to sleep on. Sing together 10 and deal 3 damage up to 3 chosen characters and or locations. I mean, you could probably sleep on it and you'd be fine, but if you're playing draft, don't sleep on it. Great card in sealed. Probably not going to be quite good enough in constructed, but I don't know, maybe it could sneak in. I find my Platinum, I think is a meme card, but people for some reason play it. Like, I think someone played this at Worlds. I was like, why? It's terrible. But it's a cool card, but it's like, just play Benja. Please, play Benja. Beast Mirror. Obviously, there's like some reasons you could play I Find my Platinum, but just play Benja, mate. Benja's just good. This card isn't bad. That would be my TED Talk. So obviously, this card could actually be okay if you sing it, but like, I don't know. It's a no from me. Personally, it's not my taste. I think it's a cool card, and if you like it, don't listen to me because I know a lot of people do like it. I personally don't like it. I like it because I think it's cool. I don't like it in terms of like, if you ever see me with a copy of I'll Find my Platinum in my deck, you have permission to find me and flatten me. Put it that way. If you have no cards in your hand, draw a card. Beast Mirror, cool card. Honestly, decent. Maybe, probably not, but it's not terrible. This card is terrible. Maui's Place of Exile. Yeah, it should have stayed as a hidden island in my binder. Now I have to open this in a pack. No, thank you. So, Steel overall has a lot of good cards. John Silver's the standout for me. It's like, and Tinkerbell is like cool cards that I think could be really impactful. The Jafar's good. The Mickey's good. The Robin is decent. Benja's back. I'm really happy about. I really like the look of Philatites. This Hercules is worth keeping an eye on, I think, without B prep, and there's a lot of good, like Fire the Cannons, Strength, Smash. Obviously, Lawrence is decent. I like the reprints of this as well. There's a few I could have done without. I'm looking at you, Li Shang. I'm looking at you, Prince Naveen. But apart from that, I like all of them. Ruby! Mulan's back. Yeah, pretty good card. Amber synergy with healing, of course. Maybe even you could try like a Grand Pabby deck. Copium. Sergeant Tibbs. I don't mind Sergeant Tibbs being back because like Yes, it's a vanilla card, but it's maybe we could get a Floodborn Sergeant Tibbs, and then there's some synergy there. But like Prince Naveen and flipping Li Shang. I mean, he is a prince. Sure, whatever. I'll stop talking about him. I think this card could be relevant. People are whining about, and yes, I say whining, about aggro already when they haven't played a single game. Well, P-Prep doesn't exist anymore, so you might just want to have to contest the board a little bit earlier, mate. Deals with Daisy. Is it true that on your recent trip to Roslov, you wore the same outfit for 3 days in a row? Oh. I know you. How do I ban this guy? What's up, mate? LeFou, when you play this character, ready chosen character. LeFou's outstanding. It also got a rarity downgrade. It's now uncommon. I did not wear the same outfit 3 days in a flipping row, guys. I wore a shirt 2 days in a row. All right? I wore a shirt 2 days in a row. I don't think that's... Like, I went to the airport in a shirt. The next morning, I went to a shooting range and I wore the same shirt. Big flipping deal, mate. Lumiere, your other characters get +1 strength. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not as good as it used to be because of Brawl. Like, this was a good way of like countering Brawl with your other cards. But also it gives your guys like extra juice, right? Like Captain Hook on turn 1, Rafiki on turn 1, Lumiere on turn 2, bam! See you later, Alligator, Daisy Duck. The aggro hate's real. I'm only talking about aggro because like people are talking so much about aggro. And it is true that Daisy Duck is a very good card. Lady is scary. There's this new Nala. You need to have ways of dealing with them, but they don't have Rapunzel anymore. They don't have Cinderella. Okay, they still have Doc. But like, if you just stem the flow early with cards like Lumiere, like anything that can deal with aggro is worth mentioning. LeFou's so good. You can double... This card's so good. Yeah, you can double challenge. Psh. Yeah, because of Tiana. Poof. This card's great. Queen of Farts. I like this card a lot as well. Good as like a 1 or 2 off to catch your opponent off guard. Good in like a greedy deck as well, maybe. Good card. Simba. Big shout out to my friend in Sweden who was like, what's your favorite card? It's like some little kid and he's like, well, he's not that little. Big shout out to Vincent from Sweden. This is his favorite card. I go, so what's your favorite card? He goes, Simba. I was like, why is Simba your favorite card? Because it quests for free. What a legend. Good answer. Ariel, Adventurous Collector. This card's very good. Don't underestimate the power of Ariel. Whenever you play a song, chosen character of yours gains evasive until the start of your next turn. Ruby has a lot more song synergy going on. Mate! And the Ruby Steel Ariel. This is the Ariel to about. This is a good shift target. Ooh. Ruby Steel Ariel. Am I a believer? I'm not a non-believer. I gotta say, I'm not a non-believer. This is a good card. I've been cooked by this card by the Ravensburger game designers before. Raya, this card's bad. During your time, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may ready this character. She can't quest for the rest of this turn. Note to self, don't play this card. Yep, thank you. Shere Khan, awesome card. I flipping love this Enchanted, mate. When I saw this Enchanted come out, I really wanted one. So guys, if anybody has a Shere Khan Enchanted for trade, bring it to Gamescom this week, please. Bring it to Malmo Game Week. Please, and I'll give you a trade. I want one of these in my collection. This is like a card I really want to own. I love this Enchanted. Shere Khan. It's a pretty cool card. I always wanted it to be good. I don't know. I think it might be okay. It's probably... probably not. If you play it, it's probably a card you could sneak in like a few copies of, right? Like 2. Sisu. Sisu actually looks kind of good. There's no shift target anymore, which is obviously a huge downside, but also like there's no Brawl anymore either. So you know like how Brawl and Sisu, it was like, well, why would you play Sisu without the big Sisu when Brawl exists, right? Well, Brawl doesn't exist anymore. So it's probably all right. Again, 4 is a lot. 1 copy of Sisu in your deck, just to have in your back pocket. That's very kind, Thomas, but I don't give my address up, but thank you. Sisu and Bolden Warrior. Sisu clears Tiana. That's very true. Yeah, little Sisu in your back pocket. Seems good to me. Does seem good to me, son. I love this card. This card's a belter, mate. This character gets +1 strength for each card in opponent's hands. Yeah. Belter card. Very cool in multiplayer. I'm glad it's back. I really like this card. Very cool. There's just like so... I have had so much fun playing against this card at times with my... I remember there was like a set championships I won, which I streamed, I think. And there was like some play I had to make where I had to like juggle how many cards I had in hand so that I could like bounce their Sisu back with my muses. Cool card. 3-cost red Jasmine. I don't know what that is. Tuk Tuk! I like Tuk Tuk a lot. I think Tuk Tuk's really good. It just never quite worked out for our Tuk Tuk lively partner, but if ever it was going to, this set might be it. When you play this character, you may move him and one of your other characters to the same location for free. The other character gets +1 strength, +2 strength this turn. It's like a mini crab, mate. It's an evasive mini crab that moves to locations. That's a flipping good card, mate. Just never quite worked out, but... I'm not sure it's going to work out immediately, but definitely want to keep an eye on. Moana, 3-4 evasive. Card Soldiers. Oh my god, guys, look. It's Li Shang. Nobody is going to pull this from a pan and be like, oh my god, I got the Card Soldiers. This should not have been in the set, in my opinion. It's my only gripe with this set is these cards. And there's 2 of them! Why is there 2 of them? I know they have different tags. I know they're in different inks. We should have had 2 new cards instead, in my opinion. I don't think that's really controversial. Queen of Farts, Sensing Weakness, 4/3, quest for 1, shift 2. Whenever one of your characters challenges another character, you may draw a card. This is a very strong card. It also makes the thingamajigamabobo better. This guy, this lady, this Queen of Hearts, because it's shift 2. This is such a cool card. Again, previously, why would you play this? When you could just play Friends. When you could just play Rabbit. When you could just play... I mean, you can still play Doc, but when you can just play Rapunzel, well, now you can't do any of those things apart from play Doc. So this card actually has a chance of being good now. I think this card's great. I always love this card. Very, very underrated. It's got a chance. It is expensive. You need to shift it. But even then, turn 5's quite slow. So maybe like Amber, where you can play it a bit sooner with like Huey, Doc. The 3-cost Doc isn't back, is it? But Huey or Lantern or Pluto. Oh, it's a princess also. So Aurora can play it sooner, which is actually pretty significant. So yeah, it's got a chance. I like this card. Always like this card. It's also a super rare now, which I think is a nice touch. Rapunzel, letting down her hair. But nobody cares because the card is rubbish. Really rubbish. It's uninkable. No, thank you. Maui Whale. This character can't ready at the start of your turn. You can pay 2 ink, ready this character, he can't quest for the rest of this turn. So you know how there's like Maui Half Shark and it's really good? Well, in life, all things are balanced. You have Maui Half Shark on one side of being really good, And then on the other side, to balance that out, you have Maui Whale. Yin and Yang. Maui Whale is an 8/8, which is a lot of stats. He's always ready to make a splash. I don't mind this one being reprinted. It's a cool card. There's like some stuff that you can probably do with it. What that stuff is, I'm not really sure, but great and sealed. I don't hate this card. This card's cool. This card's got something about it. It's got something about it. Do you know what doesn't have something about it? This card! And this guy! Amethyst back, which I think is also really cool. I'm excited to see the new foils and like how the legendary gloss looks like on these compared with the originals. That'll be nice. You can fly, I can fly. Chosen character gains evasive until the starting next turn. It's actually not bad. If it said draw a card, it'll be busted, obviously, but it doesn't. Probably not going to see much play, but I mean, if you're really, really, really struggling for evasives, you could play this. Great card. Great card. Great card. Let me show you my B King Undisputed. So I've been doing a lot of card sorting already and room sorting as I'm preparing to move in about 4 weeks. Do you want to see a quick little binder flash? I'll show you some valuable cards. Look at that. Oosh! Oosh! Not a bad first page, that is it, huh? Alright, we've got like some Cusco's, some Goofy Gamescom, some Dragonfires, some Mickeys. But here's my most prized possession of Stitch. Look at that. Bam! Personalized B King Undisputed art by Emily Abadira, the artist. Like, I got a whole Emily page. There's Emily, there's Emily. That's so sick, isn't it? How cool is that? I think that is my favorite Lorcana card I own. This card's so good. I always love this card, man. I always felt it's underrated, and it's now it's time to shine. Outstandingly good. A Pirate's Life, because also there's now a Singer guy, Singer 4 in flipping Ruby, guys. Singer 4 and Ruby. Pirate's Life, I mean, what is there else to say? I actually think it's good that it's back with how good aggro's looking. Medallion Weights, I think is very, very good. Very interesting, unorthodox way of drawing cards. Again, very difficult to justify ever playing this in the past, but now absolutely you can justify it. My concern about Medallion Weights is like, if this card ever gets good, Benja, Fred, and Archimedes are going to come knocking on the door. Dinner Bell is honestly not terrible either, especially if you can cheat it out, which you probably can't, but Mother Gothel was like, I think, the biggest synergy that you had with this, and that's no longer a card. There is like Prince John. It's an option to draw cards. I don't think it should be completely ignored. It's probably going to be too expensive, but it's really not terrible. I also think Agraba's good. This is like a balanced Mukduk mana. It's 4 willpower less, but it costs 1 less. I think it's good. I like this card. It's got like nice location synergy. It only costs 1 to move there. I just quite liked Agrabah. There's less rush in the game now. There's no Fox. There's no Maui. Locations are going to be harder to deal with, and there's going to be less of them like this. Is Agrabah like outstanding? Obviously not. It's like I would say it's like a balanced version of Mukduk mana. That would probably be my take. So Ruby over, and yeah, Medallion Weights gives +2. Yeah, it's a good card. It's slow though, right? You pay 4 for the first. You pay a total of 4 for the first use of it, and then it's 2 every time after. I do like it. I think it's good. I just think Benja might prove to be a menace. So overall, Ruby reprint again. I like it. I think the Gaston's really good. I think the LeFou's outstanding. The Lumiere and Queen of Hearts are both alright. I think the Ariel's got big potential. I like that Shere Khan's back. I like the Sisus. I like Tuk Tuk. I hate the Card Soldiers, even though it's not even that bad. Queen of Hearts, I think, is cool. Mulan's cool, and I like Maleficent. I really love Bee King and Pirate's Life. I think the items are really nice, and the location's interesting. So I really like the Ruby reprints too. So 3 for free so far. 3 for free on the reprints. I gotta say, I like them all. Sapphire, Flounder, cool. We need to hurry this up a bit. It's getting late. Jasmine, 1-2. This card's terrible. Very, very poor. Very, very poor. Also, like, someone pointed this one out to me before. The proportions of this card are kind of weird, where like the chairs, like, and the Jasmine are like, I don't know. You know? I don't know. No disrespect, of course. Anna. Anna's good. I talked about a lot of these already recently. Aurora. Pretty good. One of the better vanilla cards, 2/2 quest for 2. Good shift option. Not great. This card is bad. Her music fills the Illuminary's Gardens of Joy and Light. Yeah. Corella we talked about already because of Jafar. Huey, 2/2 support. Whenever this character quests, if you have characters named Dewey and Louie in play, you may draw 3. Oh my goodness. Imagine if you pull that off. Again, why would you even try before when Rapunzel existed? But now, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Oh my god. It might be worth it. I could conceivably consider doing it. Before I would just say, what's the point? It's a waste of time. Now, I'm like, but what if? Your other characters gains, it probably is a waste of time, but I mean, it's not so bad that you're not even going to try it, right? Like, before, most sane people, like, I'm sure people tried it, but most sane people that are, like, seriously trying to compete would not even consider trying it. Now, you might consider it. You might not actually do it, but you could consider it, which I think is cool. Alice Growing Girl. I don't think this is this being reprinted as a legendary? It's not, right? Because Hades is. So I guess it's gone down to super rare. Your other characters gain support. That's a crazy first line of text. While this character has 10 strength or more, she gets +4. This card's good. I've seen, again, this is another example of why I like the direction that this set's gone for. This is now a card that I could build my whole deck around, and it could pop off, and it could actually be worth it. It's got potential. I saw like Ely or Theatim, one of the two, playing this at Lorca Quest last year, and it popped off. I saw a quest for 5. Belle, maybe it wasn't either of those two. Maybe it was just somebody French. I was in France, so I'm pretty sure it was somebody French. Whenever this character quests, you pay 1 ink less for the next item you play this turn. Don't like it. I would rather just have the 1 willpower, the 1 strength, and be like a Mickey. Dewey, 2/3 support, same as the Mulan. And Amber, I'd rather just probably have the 3 strength. Like Mickey. Hans, I think, is good. 3/2. So Hans loses 1 willpower compared to Mickey, but it can gain a law if you have a princess or queen character in play. I think this card's outstanding. And he's a prince and a villain. Good card. Judy Hopps, I think, is cool as well. Judy Hopps is Sapphire's answer to Archimedes, Fred, and Benja, because you can banish an item, but it can include your own, but that player draws a card. I like Judy Hopps. Cool card. Mama Odie? Let me tell you guys, this card is not to be smirked at. Brawl doesn't exist anymore. Okay, Little Sisu does, but Mama Odie is not to be trifled with. This card can go crazy. 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 This card can go crazy. Very cool card. Very, very cool card. Winnie the Pooh! Is this the Winnie the Pooh that you guys thought I was going to be mad at? What? I think this card's awesome. Whenever this character quests... are we talking about a different Winnie the Pooh? In chat, someone said that I was going to be mad about Winnie the Pooh. Different one? Okay. Whenever this character quests, you may put... Oh, the Honey Wizard? Oh, I mean, the Honey Wizard I think is fine because it's a Honey Wizard. Wait! It's a 5/5! No! Why? Why? Bro! I already bought these cards. And now you're telling me that 3 out of the 204 card set is flipping 5/5/5s? 5/5 quest for 2. 5/5 quest for 2. 5/5 quest for 2. What? We could have just had the Honey Wizard and forgotten about Li Shang and Card Soldiers. Couldn't we? Couldn't we? We're all happy to see the Honey Wizard, but we're not happy to see these guys, mate. What is that all about? Anyway, Winnie the Pooh, having a think. I like this card. Whenever this character quests, you may put a card from your hand into your inkwell. It's a Fishbone Quill on a body. But Fishbone Quill didn't get reprinted. They picked Winnie the Pooh instead. And I, for one, think that is cool. Good for draft and sealed formats. Okay, sure, but... Really? 3 cards, which are all old, which don't have an ability, and all have the exact same stats in the set. Okay, it has different tags and different cards. Come on. Come on. There's 4? There's not. There's 4! No! What? Okay. Oh, okay. What? There's 4 of the same card, and they're all reprints. 204 divided by 4, guys. What is that? 51? Almost 1% of this set, right? Almost 1% of this set is 5 cost, 5/5 quest for 2 reprints. That's crazy. Is it just me that thinks that's crazy? Am I overreacting here? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be at Gamescom. Make sure you bring your Fabled deck without the new cards. I'm going to be recording lots of Fabled content at Gamescom with the channel sponsor Card Market. Thank you. 2%? Wait. 204 divided by 4. 51. Huh? Almost 2%, guys! Did I do my maths wrong? I don't even know how I got to this. Oh my god. Almost 2% of the set is flipping this. Oh my days. Alright, oh well. Anna. Whenever this character quests, your other hero characters get +1 law this turn. I like this. I like this. It's kind of silly. Like, if we look at this card, I was kind of hyping this card up. I mean, it's basically the same, right? This is villains, but it's cheaper and quest for 1. This is more expensive, but it quests for 2, and it's heroes. I think they're both good. I think they're both good. That's not... Yeah, I didn't think it was 51. For isn't it like 1%? I don't know. What is the percentage of that, guys? 204 divided by 100 times by 4, right? Huh? All right, I'm not doing percentages, guys. I used to be a teacher as well. 204, yeah, divided by, it's like 2%. Damn. All right, Louis. Yeah, sure. The Queen. This card's pretty pants. Whenever this character quests, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put them back in order. Aurora. Your other characters gain ward. I like Aurora. I think she's cool. Maid Marian. 4/4 quest for 2. When you play this character, chosen character gets +2 strength this turn. I mean, I don't have many nice things to say about Maid Marian. But then I look at these guys and I have to think, oh my god, Maid Marian, you're so unique, mate. Look. We got Pluto and Maid Marian. And these cards look awesome when you look at these. Oh my god. I can't believe that. There's 4 of them? There's 4 of them, guys. There's 4 of them. Does not equal 0.091. If you divide 4 by 2, you get 2. If you divide 204 by 2, you get 102. So 2 out of 102 are them. Basically, just under 2%. Mufasa. Robin Hood. I like that Robin Hood's back. I think this card's really cool. When you play this character, if an opponent has more cards in their hand than you, draw a card. During your turn, this character gains evasive. I think Robin Hood's really cool. Good card. I think we'll see play. I love Grandpappy's back. I talked about it already. I'm so hyped. And I also really like that Hades is back. Iconic card. Very strong, but balanced. Awesome, awesome card. I also think it is interesting to develop your brains back because this card is so good. This card is so good. I'm down for it. I love that One Jumper Head's back. Also iconic and best named Disney Lorcana card in history. 4 dozen eggs. Characters game resist 2. Or they don't game resist 2 because I don't play it. Hard to Fiti. Exert. Pay to ink. Put the top card of your deck into your ink before it's down. Exert. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I like this location. This is like one of the most interesting and coolest designed locations there is. And when I first saw this card, I had no idea how to pronounce it. I had no idea what it was, but I know that this is Motunui. Hey's home. Whenever a character is banished while here, you may put that card into your ink face down. This card popped off for me and is sealed before. And this card's really good. It's really, really cool. It's like a perfect example of a location, I think. This is a really cool card. I like it. Probably still prefer Tipo and Sail, if I'm honest, but I still like the card. So overall, Sapphire. I gotta say, I like the Sapphire reprints because I think that the Sapphire reprints are not pushing the ramp decks as much, but they're rather trying to push the non-ramp Sapphire decks. Sapphire ramp's always going to be a thing when Tipo and Sail exist, right? We know Blurple's still going to be a deck. None of these cards, with the exception of Hades, which is obviously a big one, really go into that style of deck, and they're more like supporting other kinds of ramp, maybe with like the Mama Odie, the Winnie the Pooh, the Mama Odie in particular. But like the Alice is cool. I like the Hans. Just generally, like the Anna, just generally supporting like these more low to the floor, like the Robin Hood, the Grandpappy. I gotta say, I like the Sapphire reprints. I think that the Sapphire reprints are maybe the weakest that we've looked through so far. But I don't think that's a bad thing either, if I'm honest. Because Sapphire kind of only really needs Tipo, and it only really needs Sail, and it's already got a whole lot of juice. Yeah, I like it. There's a lot of weird ones in here, but yeah. Amethyst. So we've got 2 left. Olaf, I like warm hugs. Fair enough, mate. I'm glad that Rafiki's back. The hyena stuff. I think Banzai was a set 4 card. So Banzai, not relevant, but I think we're going to see in a minute that Shenzi's back. Might have been set 5. Yeah, it was set 5. So Banzai's still knocking about, which is nice news for Rafiki. Obviously, we've been talking a lot about Daisy Duck and Nala meta, and yeah, I think Rafiki's a good card. I like it. Cusco! Where am I? I like Cusco. I've always actually been a Cusco hater because I always prefer Chernabog's Followers or Magic Broom, but both of those got... So I am now a fan again of Cusco. Belle. She is the untrained mystic. When you play this character, move up to 1 damage from chosen character to chosen opposing character. As a good card in sealed. Probably not going to be good enough elsewhere. It's not insignificant though, but probably not. Elsa, exert chosen opposing character. Sort of similar. Probably not going to play this one. It is a shift target. That's probably the best thing about her. Jafar, probably not going to see play. It's a good shift target, but there's nothing to shift onto it with. I actually have always quite liked this card for what it's worth, but without something to shift on top of it, it's kind of pointless. Like, a big part of the reason I like this card as a shift target is because it has a on-play effect, which is good if you're shifting, right? You don't need it to have good stats or good questing power. But yeah, probably not. Ursula, whenever this character quest chosen opposing character card ready, I don't like it particularly. It's uninkable. It's not terrible though. And honestly, so far that Amethyst one seemed kind of bad, but honestly, I kind of like that. Amethyst and Sapphire getting the weaker reprints, I don't know if I hate it overall. Like, Amethyst and Sapphire have probably been, I mean, a lot of the colors have been really good, but like, they kind of just, Amethyst has had the highest quantity of high card quality, right? Like, Amethyst had before so many good cards that every Amethyst deck started to look kind of the same. Trader Box, Magic Broom, with the exception of if you're playing Diablo, because you play Diablo. Friends, Fox, Rabbit, Genie, Elsa, Queen's Castle, or was it the Library, or was it Diablo and Crab? You know? So actually, the fact that a lot of these cards aren't looking that good, I'm down for. And this is another one of those. Lovely artwork. Not a very good card, though. I think Dolores is great. I always liked Dolores, but it just got overshadowed. Very, very strong card. I think this one will see a lot of play. Elsa's kind of interesting. Ooh! Genie's cool. Whenever this character quests, you may shuffle this card into your deck to draw 3. Sorry. That caught me off guard. That was a bit mean. That card. Elsa's like a big chunky lass, but probably not what you're looking for. But yeah, Genie's cool. It could actually be good enough. I don't think the lamp got reprinted, right? No. I don't think card draw is quite precious enough that you would play this guy yet, but maybe one day. I like this card, one of the few cards that's better going second. But, meh, probably not without a shift. Honestly, Louisa 4-3 Rush, this is what a balanced version of Madam In Fox looks like, everybody. This is what a balanced version of Madam... Like, look at this card and compare Fox to it. 4 cost, uninkable. Meanwhile, Fox, the downside was kind of an upside. Oh my god, Fox. Crackers. So it is not good, but it's not really not bad. I like this card. The other characters of Rush gain evasive. Did I just swear? No. I don't think so. I never swear. Peter Pan's not sewn on. I like this card. That's cool. Can turn your Sven evasive. I still think Sven's a baller card, mate. I am maybe not quite willing to die on the hill that this card's good, but I still like this card. This card's cool. And he's evasive with Peter Pan. The problem with Sven is it's in the same color as Elsa. Right? And it's limited. It's like you could probably swap Elsa and Sven round where Sven could be the just Amethyst card and Elsa could be the just Amethyst Sapphire card, right? But then maybe that would be too strong for Amethyst Sapphire because Elsa's insane. But I like this card. Belle's back. Oh, thank you for letting me know. I should not have said that. Apologies. Yep. Thanks for calling me out on that. I'll be more careful. The Queen is pretty bad. Pretty bad. My dad's put some incredibly loud music on, which is not ideal. I'm literally going to call him this so loud. Can't hear it. Yeah. I figured you might. I'm worried about getting copyright striked. Winnie the Pooh. Mama Odie's quite expensive. Sven. TikTok's not bad. Quite expensive though. Elsa! I love that Elsa's back. I think it's really cool. I really like that Elsa's back. No, I definitely can. I don't want to do that, so thanks for the heads up. I'm stuck! Oh, bother! Not again. This card, Last Ditch Effort, is really, really cool with this Mickey. Like, honestly, guys, if you've never tried this combo before, it's so poggers. You play Mickey on turn 2. And on turn 3, bam! Last Ditch Effort. Exert opposing character. Chosen character of yours against Challenger 2. Now, you have a 3-1 Mickey and you just exerted your opponent's character. Then what do? You challenge and you play... BAM! The Giant Mouse. 10-10. Quest for 5. Bodyguard. When this character is banished, deal 5 damage to each opposing character. Crazy. This is a very cool card. Like a key thing if you're playing this combo though is that you have you already have 12 uninkables with just those 3 cards we mentioned. So you probably need to be playing like the 1-cost Mulan, which can like draw and discard. Poor Unfortunate Souls. Befuddled didn't get reprinted, so don't completely hate it. Mickey Circle of Life. Damn! Second Starter Right, I'm really excited to see reprinted. I think it's a cool card. Magic Mirror, fine. Very expensive though. Rose Lantern. Move 1 damage from chosen character, chosen opposing. Kind of fine. White Rabbit's Pocket Watch. Chosen character gains Rush. It's really not bad, actually. Like, when you think about how much Rush has been nerfed or not reprinted with Fox and Maui in particular, and also Peter Pan Shadowfinder, they're like the 3 most common ways of Rush outside of like Elsa Rush with big stats. It's not terrible. And I like this card, Casa Madrigal. It's got really nice John Silver synergy. So, I like this one. Overall, I think that Amethyst also has pretty bad reprints, but I like it. It's got a few standouts, right? Rafiki, Kuzco, Dolores, Belle. Elsa's cool. And there's like some cool ones. But I think that's good. Again, I quite like it. The reprints for Amethyst aren't quite as outstanding, maybe as some of the... I think Ruby ones are the best. Maybe. I don't know. Amber's got some good ones as well. Maybe Ruby has the best ones, though. The early game Ruby stuff in particular, though. What if we make the 5/5s Rush? Oh my goodness. Every time I see it. So finally, last but certainly not least, we've got Emerald, my favourite colour. Curse Merfolk's back, but Prince John is gone. Sad. Curse Merfolk is a very good card, though. It's not as good without Prince John. It's not as good without Snakes. It's not as good without Fox. This card is worse than it was before, by a long margin. I don't really like it that much anymore. Still a very good card, don't get me wrong. It's still a strong card. But for me, the thing I loved about Curse Merfolk was Curse Merfolk on turn 1, 2 Curse Merfolks on turn 2, and Prince John on turn 3. That was my way of playing Merfolks. Or I liked it with Snake, where I could like bounce it back and replay it. Without all of that, not huge on Merfolk, which might surprise you. It's a very, very good card. Pegasus, I think, is great. Pegasus, yeah, that is actually very true. Captain Capybara does raise the point that there is less card draw in the game now, so you don't need to do as much discarding. Each card is worth more than it was previous. Yeah, Pegasus is very, very good. There's cool synergy with a genie, which turns like your other characters +2. There's cool synergy in general with other stuff. Yeah. I like Pegasus, but I don't think the shift got reprinted. But this is a really good card. Pascal also didn't get reprinted. This is like the only 1-drop evasive. Peter Pan Shadowfinder didn't get reprinted, which is a big deal for this card. As soon as Peter Pan Shadowfinder's in the meta, it was difficult to justify playing old gift for Hercules, but I really like this card a lot. Does this have an epic card or something? I know it's got like a challenge promo. Is there like some kind of other promo for Pegasus? Aladdin. It has an epic. Okay, I want the playset of both. I really like Pegasus. I don't really like Aladdin. Enchantress I also don't like when it's challenged against +2. It's actually really not bad. Maybe it's better now than it used to be. It feels like it's about to snap off. Never loved Enchantress though. I don't know. Maybe it's better than we give it credit for. Megara, I think is also better than most of us give it credit for. It's kind of similar to Merryweather though. And I have to say I prefer Merryweather. Merryweather and Megara. Maybe I don't. I mean, Megara is kind of better. Megara has the better stat line. 2-1 is better than 1-2 stats. Merryweather has the flexibility that you can pay just 1 for her. Whereas Megara doesn't have that flexibility, but she's got a slightly better stat line. Arguably. I quite like Megara though. I quite like Merryweather as well, but neither are outstanding. Ursula's back. Good. Ben says he's not back, by the way. Donald Duck, Sleepwalker, 0-5. Whenever you play an action, this character gets +2. We talked about this one recently. Not a huge fan. I love Hey Hey. I think this card's really, really good. Potentially. It's another example of a card which was almost good enough before, but it was just very difficult to justify when there were so many other cards. Like, I played Hey Hey in set champs decks before where I got to finals and stuff. But it's like, the longer I played the deck, the more Hey Hey's got cut. Because there was just too many other good things I couldn't cut, like Prince Johns and Sudden Chills and Steamboat Mickey's back 3-4. Don't mind that. Iconic card. Mickey synergy is a very real thing as well. Wildcat 2-3 evasive. Banish shows item. I don't like Wildcat personally, particularly when Fred and Archimedes exist in Emerald now, but I think it's a fine card. I think Daisy Duck might be popping off, guys. This card was in my early Emerald Steel decks back in set 2, but it was the main card I cut in favor of Friar Tuck. Friar Tuck didn't get reprinted. What? Get out of my church, mate. The reason I think Daisy Duck might be good is like, I don't know. Multiple discard sounds a bit more appealing now. Like, you could also play this with like ready a character, right? Like Quest of Daisy, play a LeFou. Ready Daisy. Okay, she can't quest, but she's quite difficult to deal with now that Brawl doesn't exist, right? I think she might be decent. Daisy also, interestingly, has some synergy with Donald's, the Perfect Gentleman. At the start of your turn, each player may draw a card. Right? Your opponent draws a card. Discarded. I think on-quest effects get stronger overall because of lack of removal. Yeah, I think that's fair. There's also probably just more ways in the game to like ready a character than there was previous, right? There's probably more than we give credit for. But I think Daisy's decent. She's got some legs. She is slow though. The problem with Daisy before is if you play her and she would be removed by a Brawl. You lose so much tempo, but it is difficult to deal with her now. Prince Philip is a pretty good card. Your other hero characters gain ward. This is not one to underestimate. That is a powerful ability. That is a powerful ability. I think this card's got a chance of being good. I like it. Shenzi. While this is at a location, she gets +3 strength. While this character is a location, whenever she challenges another character, you may draw a card. Drawing cards is quite difficult to do these days, so why not stick around for dinner? I like Shenzi now. Kinda. Do I like Shenzi? Yeah. She's alright. Will I be making decks? I'm supposed to be making decks, yeah. We'll have to see. It's getting late already. Tinkerbell's great. Like, really, really good. Love Tinkerbell. She is most helpful. I love Kuzco, mate. Oh! Oh! Yes! I love this artwork too, mate. I bought flipping a play set of these, bro. There's not many Lorcana cards that I bought, but Alphos sold me some Kuzcos. But I don't know where they are. I thought they were in here. I knew it. See, I'm actually not holding this the whole time. I could just sense it was about to break. It's broken before. Damn it. This stream is not lasting much longer now that's happened. Spoiler alert. Because that takes so long to fix. It's all good. Spider-Man catch? Wasn't bad, was it? I was a goalkeeper back in the day, you know. Kuzco's great, though. I like Kuzco. Firana, the less said, the better. John Silver's okay. He's quite slow. John Silver's actually good. I think John Silver's good. Oh! I love Robin Hood. I love Robin Hood. Did I swear? I'm so worried I'm swearing. I hope I didn't. I love Robin Hood. I love Gantu, mate. I think someone mentioned it earlier as well. Like the steel Gantu. Poof! Incredible. Prince Philip's pretty cool. Said flip. Okay, that's fine. When you play this character, banish all opposing damage characters. Jeez! Improvise is great. Make the potions bad. Sun Shield's good. Mother's best good. Under the Sea's good. Sign Contract's actually decent. And I really like Hidden Cove too. Yeah. So overall, that's all the reprints summarized in a neat little bow. I appreciate you guys all hanging out. I was supposed to stream for longer, but my microphone did just break. I have lots of cards to sort. I have proxies to chop up. I have cards to sort. Did I mention that? And I'm probably going to go for a walk. I am going to try and stream again tomorrow, and we'll try and do a deck building stream tomorrow. Because we didn't actually get around to any deck building today. But I would like to. So, yeah, Cheap Ogre's not back. So, yeah, I'm going to try and make it back here tomorrow. There's a chance I don't, but I'll do my best. I'm going to be at Gamescom next week if anybody's there. I'm with Card Market at their booth. You can come say hello. You can come play against me. I'm going to be recording. So there will be Fabled meta videos starting next week. It's going to be obviously without the new cards. So yeah, look out for that. There's just going to be some more Riftbound content soon. I'm moving in a month, which is really exciting, but also kind of nerve-wracking. So it's actually a month tomorrow I move. Crazy. I'm just getting myself prepped for that. There's so much to do, but once I'm there, it's going to be so exciting. You can definitely expect a whole lot more streams. See you in Cologne. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. My microphone kind of broke, so I don't think it's an easy fix. It's not. That's a disaster. Yeah. I'm going to unplug my mic and host someone. So thanks, bye. See ya.